process. Trust it. Deposits. Love it.
Yes.
Wow.
We are in a storm. We are in a storm when they're getting younger and younger. And so I'm going to show you prolifically, profoundly, what we're going through. And some people may be angry with me as a result. But it's only facts. It's truth. It's what I see. It's based in Baltimore. It is what it is. And I intend to show you.
Wow. I almost had to pause on that one because I was like, damn, that's heavy. And it's true because we see it every day. You know, so with that being said, I know you've been through a lot of different things, as we all have, but I do have to ask you, like, is there any defining moment, like any trials and tribulations that you went through that really took you over the hump, like really made you like do 360 degrees all the way around, like, you know what, this was it. You know what I'm saying? Something that you went through in your life that made you see things differently?
Oh, yeah. So many of them as a compilation of things that keep me going, that keep me grounded, they keep me humble, if you will. One day I was getting dressed. And forgive me if I get filled up, but...
No, it's all good. It's all good.
So,
yeah.
I get dressed, and I'm about to leave. And I go outside, and my car's not there. And it was just a rough time for me. I had just had a fire in my home. And those things push me. They pull me. They drag me. They influence me to do better. And there are people who do as well. When we had the COVID, there was a young lady, I used to service her hair and do her hair. I'm a hairstylist by trade. That's my career. And I hadn't done her hair in years. And she appeared at my door. At this particular time, I was going through something. And she had a box full with Lysol and food and water. And I'm like, wow. I was like, oh, come on in. And she had her face mask on. It was at the height of it. We didn't know what it was then. Lots of people didn't know what it was. Even scientists, so-called, they say, didn't know. But that's another story. But a lot of people didn't know what the COVID was. And she said, hey, I brought you something. It was a care box. That pushed me. That let me know that people are still real and love each other. I hadn't done her hair in years, 2 years at the most, I think it was. Wow. And she just appeared. So there, when I look on Instagram and I see someone maybe DM me or Facebook and messenger me, we love what you're doing, don't stop. Sometimes it's the right time to hear that. The exact time that you need to hear, don't stop. You guys are making me cry.
No, look, I agree with you because there's been times where, like, you never know when somebody's at their breaking point.
Right.
Because there was one time where, you know, I think we was going to stop. And then somebody was just like, hey, you know, I was going through something in my life. I don't want to put him out there, but he was going through something and, you know, he was just ready to, like, kind of, like, give up on life. He was at work, just working, like, just crazy hours, and, you know, his home life was messed up and everything. And he said that he would look at our podcast because we used to always make him laugh. Like, the stuff that we would say, and, you know, it took him away from his current reality and just gave him, like, you know, sometimes we all need a break. Like, when we break down and stuff like that, we have different outlets, you know what I'm saying? Some people, they go to the gym, they work out. Some people smoke, some people drink, some people travel. And they reset for, you know, one moment or another. For him, it was just like, I just wanted to watch you guys because you're entertaining. And I was like, all right, I guess. Because I'm like, yo, I don't want to do this shit no more. And we have our own lives. You have your own life. Lee has his own life, but we're here still providing, you know what I'm saying, for the people that, you know, are watching us and they applauding us. So for you to, like, actually zone in on the fact that, hey, there was somebody that you know, like, saw what you were doing and was just like, look, here. It probably meant nothing to her, but to you at that particular moment, like, you really needed that. You know what I'm saying? So that testament right there was all I needed.
I think a lot of people are embarrassed to ask for help as well too. So,
Yeah, I'm one of those people. I don't like to ask for help.
yeah.
It really takes something out of me. If I ask you for help, you can bet it. I need it.
That's what, and see, that's another thing. Like, so you probably the type of person, like me and a few of my other people, they intentionally can't tell me what they're going through because I'm so quick to jump and just like, oh, here you go. So you can't tell me like, oh, man, I want to get this, because I'm like, all right, cool. Without saying anything, I'll send it. So when somebody actually asks me for something that they don't normally do that, I'm dropping everything that I'm doing to do it for them, because they're not the type of person to come to me and ask for anything. And it's not even so much a pride thing, but like, once again, I mean, we had this on one episode. We were just like, look, some people are just so hardwired to being independent that when it's time to ask for help, they don't really know how.
I don't know how.
You know?
Give.
That's all they do is give.
Yeah. But you want me to ask? I bet you I needed you if I asked. You know who you are. Anybody that asks for help. But I do receive it. I try. I'm getting better with being humble and receiving it, and accepting it.
You can you name one of the biggest accomplishments that you ever did? I mean, because you won awards, you wrote a book, you got movies. Which you can name two if you may. Like anything that you feel like, I actually did this. Like
Did that.
Yeah, I did that. I did it.
I had to perform. This was crazy. The day my mother died, I was performing. I forget the name of the place. It's over West Baltimore, and I did comedy, I did stand up, I did poetry. I don't know what I haven't done, but
Wow.
I thank God for all those things they've given me to do. And my mother died. I went to the hospital, and I went to see her. I didn't make it on time. I got a ticket. I parked somewhere, and I ran, and I didn't make it. My sister was there, but I didn't make it in time. But I was always taught by my mother to do whatever I obligated myself to do. So the guy was sending me a big limousine to my house to pick me up, and my family. And my nephew went with me. My son was a little too devastated, and I understand that. My nephew went, and I did a show. It was one of the biggest shows I've ever done in my life. I had a standing ovation, and no one even knew that my mother had died, and I announced it after the show. That was like one of the biggest shows. It's like she was just watching over me. When everyone's clapping, I just saw these lights in my face, and I just knew that I did what she wanted me to do. So I'm not a big person who gives up easily. That was one. And then when I won the 2014 Titan Arts Award for Best Director over the Baltimore DMV, it was that was up there.
It right there.
Oh yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah.
Process, trust it, deposits, love it.